ultimate performance on the ultimate day from the Ultimate Warrior.
The Scandinavian sensation.
All right, welcome back. I did a little short video in case maybe some of you got to this link from that, but I wanted to talk about music today. By the way, I'm coming from my hotel room. I am a road warrior. I'm on the road about 220 days a year, and I'm hoping to kind of semi-retire here in the next not too long and do some other things. I've got a couple of side hustles. I've got a couple of Etsy shops and really focus on my Norwegian Viking heritage, that kind of thing. So I'm kind of expanding on that and just doing some side things that I kind of dig. So I'm hoping to get off the road soon. I've been doing this for a long time, and hotel rooms, they end up just all the same. Anyway, so music. I grew up a big, I first started listening to really old country music because my dad was into, this would have been in the late 60s, early 70s. Eddie Arnold, Charlie Pride, Jim Reeves, Hank Williams, people like that. And so I heard a lot of that when I was a really little kid, but I wasn't very old, maybe 8, 9 years old, where I started developing my own taste in music. Excuse me. And I quickly discovered that I loved rock music. I got into I guess it would have been, early to mid 70s. I got really into the rock of the time. I was a huge Kiss fan, still am. And that evolved into Foreigner and eventually Def Leppard and Journey and Styx and other stuff too, Jim Croce and James Taylor. I just dig music. I've always loved music. I mentioned in the short that when I was 12 years old for Christmas, I got a new clock radio, and it was one of those radios, if you're old enough to remember this, where the numbers would flip over. And it was maybe my favorite Christmas gift I ever got as a kid. And obviously it was a clock radio, so it had the radio built in, and I would put that on, let's see, back in the day. So I grew up in a little town called Taber, Alberta, Canada, after we moved from Norway. And Lethbridge was the big city for us. It was, 50,000 people, maybe. Taber was like 5,000 people. So I would listen to 1090 Czech, I believe it was called. And if we could get the station out of Calgary, which was a pretty big city, that was CKXL. And I remember anytime I was in Calgary, I ended up later on when I was in my late teens, early 20s, I lived in Calgary for a while, and I would listen to CKXL all the time. It was a rock station, but pop music, just always been a music fan. Music makes life fun and interesting for me. If you're hanging around with your buddies, and we go camping a lot, we ride ATVs, we're out, we all have trailers, a whole group of us. We've got an amazing group of friends, and if any of you are watching this, dig y'all. And we all have trailers and ATVs, and when the day's done, or even when we're riding, somebody will have music on. Every beer break, we'll sit and listen to some music, and they'll get back to camp, somebody's going to put music on. These days, it's kind of a mix between country music and rock. Not a whole lot of pop music, but there's even pop music today that I like. I sound like an old fart, but some of the pop music today is just not my thing. And I can listen to almost anything. I remember my wife and I went to Phantom of the Opera. That must have been 15 years ago, and that got me. I loved it. It was incredible. But in 1994, I went through a divorce from my ex-wife. It was a rough period, and I was spending a lot of time by myself because I lived in Denver at the time, and I just didn't have a lot of friends that lived there. My friends were all in Canada or Utah. And after the divorce, I ended up moving back to Utah, but I was listening to a ton of music when I was working. I always had my headphones on, and I was just getting tired of, sorry, just checking the timestamp, getting tired of the repetitiveness of pop music. And I don't know if you could even call the stuff in the mid-90s rock that I was listening to. It certainly wasn't the rock of the 70s and 80s. You know, I got pretty big into the hair bands. We went to the Def Leppard Hysteria concert in '88, and my buddy Gary and I got right to the front. We had our arms up on the stage. Joe Elliott was right there rocking in front of us. It was effing incredible. And what was my point? Oh yeah, so I was just getting kind of tired of it. And Garth Brooks had hit it pretty big by this time, and I'd already listened to quite a bit of Garth Brooks music. But I remember I heard this song on the radio one day. Let's see if it'll pick it up. And it got me. I just, boom. I was already a fan, and I just switched to a country station, and the dance was playing. And I thought, okay, I'm going to give this genre a chance. And I became a huge country fan. 90s country, to me, that's country. I mean, I like some 70s, 80s country, even some 60s country. I like a lot of the new stuff now. You know, I like guys like Thomas Rhett. I was a huge Sarah Evans fan, still am. Always a fanboy. I had a huge crush on Sarah Evans. My wife was nice enough to go to her concert twice with me out in Wendover, Nevada, which is fairly close to us. And I even got the backstage pass and got to go meet her, and she was cool, and still have a crush on her. But so yeah, I dig country music, but I dig music in general. I just think, and I don't care what you listen to, whether it's classic rock, current rock, pop, hip hop, reggae, whatever, rap. I can listen to pretty much anything and enjoy it. There's a few things I'm not a big fan of. I won't mention any specific artists because there's no need to impugn their art. They're good at what they do, and there's a lot of people that like them. I like what I like. I would never judge somebody else. Sorry, I got a notification here. I would never judge anybody else for what they like. I'm not one of those people that if you're listening to music, I'd go up and say, how the hell can you listen to that crap? You like what you like. I like what I like. And I like country and rock and hair bands. And, you know, I've already mentioned that. I am a huge Bee Gees fan. In fact, about a year and a half ago, I was doing a job in Port Arthur, Texas. And I was gone a long time, 37 straight days on the road, working every day. I think I put in something like 350 hours of work in that 37-day period. It was brutal. And at the end of the day, I'd always go back to the storage unit where all my equipment was, and I'd sit down and just kind of unwind a little with some videos, music videos. And I rediscovered the Bee Gees. And damn, they're talented. And I've really gotten into these reaction videos. If you ever check those out, in fact, I'm going to do some of my own, not about stuff I don't know, stuff that I do know and the feelings it brings back, because music is so freaking powerful. It just takes you back to a moment. It's like, oh, I remember I was dating Diane when that song came out, or I was, you know, with my buddies Jerry and Gary and Mark camping, and I remember this song coming on. Music is so freaking powerful. I just love it. And what was my point? I do this. I ramble and then I forget my point. But yes. Oh, Bee Gees. Bee Gees. So the reaction videos to Bee Gees of people that have never listened to not only the Bee Gees, but that genre of music and their harmonies. Barry Morris and Robin were incredible. Sadly, you know, 3 of the Gibb brothers passed. Andy died really young, and then Morris and Robin both passed away quite a while ago now, so it's just Barry. But their harmonies, even before the disco stuff, and that's what I started discovering, and post-disco that I just didn't know about. And I'm just a gigantic Bee Gees fan, and it makes me happy when I see somebody reacting to that music that I love and getting teary-eyed watching How Deep Is Your Love, or what's the Heaven one? Good Lord, having a brain fart. I will be right back. Nobody Gets Too Much Heaven anymore. Oh, damn, this song is just incredible. I mean, talk about taking me back. I hope this isn't overwhelming the video. Let me turn this down just a bit. But the harmonies and the notes that Barry hits are just incredible, but it's the emotions and the feelings that it brings back. It's like I can picture the girl I was dating as clearly as if she was sitting right here. And this song playing, you know, and you're, well, I don't need to go into details, but you can use your imagination. And it's just like, it just takes you back. And songs are so powerful like that. I mean, this guy's voice, it's just incredible. Anyway, yeah, I could go on forever about the Bee Gees. They might be my favorite band ever. I'm a huge ABBA fan. But yeah, I love rock music. I love classic rock, but I really dig country music now too. So, I don't know, maybe I can't pick a genre, I guess. I just love music. And I have friends that are into hip hop and some rap, and I get right into that. You know, if it's the right song, the right music, the right mood. That's the other thing too. Music can go with your mood. Like if you're in a melancholy mood, you broke up with your girlfriend, I don't know why it is, but we turn to the sad songs. Sad songs say so much. Elton John, I believe. And, or if you're driving down the highway, I drive all over this country. I drive 40,000 miles a year. Sometimes I have to drive 35, 40 hours to get to where I'm going. And I have to drive because I have all my equipment with me. And if it's a nice day and it's like 78 degrees and sunny, I love driving with my windows open and just cranking the music and just like driving music, you know, some good Foreigner, some good Kiss, some good Journey, and just crank the music and it just pumps you up. And you go to a concert. We go to a lot of concerts, not as much lately, but we used to go to a ton of concerts, and it just gets you hyped. And I'm starting to ramble. I could talk about music forever, and I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna start doing some videos where not necessarily reaction like, hey, I've never heard this music, let's see what I think of this. More like, hey, I'm listening to Don't Fear the Reaper by Blue Oyster Cult, and I remember this. I have a memory of, it was a Canadian band, Prism. If any Canadians listening to this, they have a song called Night to Remember. And it was, I mean, it's just well, for lack of a better word, it's an incredible makeout song. And it came out in 79, so I was 15, 16 years old at the time. And it just, I have this memory. Oh crap. I hope that kept recording. I got a low battery notification. I have this memory being on a Ferris wheel, and I'll end with this little story here. But I was probably 18 years old, and I was dating this girl named Diane. In fact, Jack and Diane was a really popular song when I was dating this girl. So when that song would come on, I'd say, little ditty about Arnold and Diane. If she happens to watch this video, you'll know who you are. But we were on the Ferris wheel at it wasn't the state fair because it was in Canada. So the fair there in Lethbridge, Alberta. And this song was like blaring on the speakers while we were on the Ferris wheel. Fantastic moment, fantastic memory. Sorry, babe, if you're watching this. My wife, Kate, love you. You're the only one for me now. Anyway, so if you dig music, leave me some comments. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe. And it's cool if you don't if you just want to watch, and do you. I never push anything. I just do this for fun. as kind of a video diary for myself. So if you know this song, like right now, I can feel the feelings I had. It's incredible. So anyway, let me know what you think. If you got something you want me to talk about, let me know. I'll see if I can do that for y'all. Hope everybody's having a great week, start of a new week. Hoping this country can come together. Everybody can just love each other and, you know, get along a little better. No matter where you come from, what you look like, who you love. Let's just get along. Let's make this world better. So, peace, love.
The ultimate performance on the ultimate day from the Ultimate Warrior.
The Scandinavian sensation.